So this is a cool section where we get to talk about acing the video interview. And what I love about the video interview is that it's quick. And when I say quick, meaning that you can hear about a company this morning, and then that afternoon you're having a regular full-blown interview. You're ready to go. So I want to talk about some of the key tips and rules that you need to follow when you do a video interview. Either like on Teams, it could be on Google, or it could be on Zoom call. But when you do that, you want to have your computer up and ready to go. And so I want to talk about some of the tips that you need to do. First of all, is you need to make sure your computer is up and is ready to go. So one of the things that we want to talk about is when you're in your interview is you don't want the laptop or your computer to be sitting down here. And the reason why is because you get so close that people can look up and see your face too close, and you're looking down, and it's just not a good look when you're interviewing. And especially if you're looking down at the screen, you're not even looking up at the camera. So one of the tips that I tell people to do is grab a couple of books like this, and you're going to slide it over here, and you're going to adjust the screen that now it's at the camera itself is at eye level, and you have a better opportunity now that you're at eye level for them to get an interview like you're in the real room together. Now, one of the other things that's easy to do is that you look down at the screen because you want to be paying attention. You want to look at the person that you're interviewing with. But when you're doing that, they're sitting there going, you're not even looking at you're not even paying attention. And the reason why is because you got to focus on the dot up here at the top. So what I do is I just take a little Post-it note that says look, and then I put it right up here next to, and I tape it up to the top of my camera or my computer with it pointing down, showing that that's where you're supposed to focus, right? So then you know where you're supposed to focus your time and your attention, and you look at the camera. So now that you've done that, and your computer's up and ready, you've done all the logistics of getting in on the right spot. One of the things you also want to do is make sure behind you that the background is not distracting with, it may have a book, or it may have a poster, or it could be that there's glare or light. Sometimes even when you're used to, doing an interview, you might have your glasses on. Well, if your glasses are on and there's a lot of sunlight or light bouncing off of your glasses, it can, people are like, that's weird. So the reason why you want to be careful, and I just say, if you're doing a video interview, practice with a friend or do a sound check with, if you're working with a recruiter, say, hey, call me up 15, 20 minutes before, let's practice. I want to make sure that everything looks good, that my computer's running well, that the background's okay. You want to do a sound and lighting check with someone on the day, maybe even 15 to 20 minutes before your interview, and kind of get relaxed and be ready, be present, be ready for the interview, because this interview is absolutely an interview that gets people hired day in and day out, is on a video interview. So you want to be aware, again, you want to have your notes in your notebook right here ready to go. You want to know the questions that you're going to ask. You want to know the answers that you're going to have to those top questions, or those top questions that people ask you. And you want to be ready for the interview. And because people get hired off of video interviews day in and day out. So those are some of the tips with a video interview. And I just encourage people, practice, practice, practice. And one of the things you can also do is, some people say, you don't have to wear pants, because you're not going to be seen in pants. And what I just tell people is, you want to be professional, you want to be ready for your video interview. So go ahead and dress up. I've seen people wear coat and ties. I've seen people wear collared shirts and slacks. Whatever it is that projects the right image, both for them and for yourself, so that you know that you are a professional when you're doing your video interview. Because a video interview, again, is just as much as if you were there in person. It's extremely important, and you want to be sure that you ace the video interview. Best way to ace it is to practice, and again, do sound check and lighting check 15 to 20 minutes before. Make sure that you have good reception and that you've got good internet reception for you. So you can do the video interview from anywhere, but I encourage you to use a laptop and do it somewhere where you're nice and quiet, where you're ready to focus on the interview. Again, being prepared, a little bit on the technical side, certainly on the question side, but being prepared for the interview is one of the most important things you can do. And so that's the main tips for the video interview. And now we're going to step into the in-person interview. It's the most exciting, and we're going to show you how you can ace it.